Hey everyone, today we're diving into some pretty wild weather that's ahead as we head into the second half of winter. February is right around the corner and it's shaping up to be one of the coldest, snowiest months of the season. We're expecting a lot of winter storms, and I'll be breaking down the details of the next couple of weeks, what to expect in terms of snowfall and where the cold air is going to be the most intense. So let's get into it. Now, if you've been following the weather lately, you've probably noticed that things have already been a bit chilly and we've had some intense cold stretches. The first half of winter has definitely been an eye-opener, especially with that polar vortex that took a bite out of the Gulf Coast, dropping snow and ice all the way down into the deep south. But as we move in to February, things are about to ramp up even more. The weather models are showing an active, stormy period ahead, and it looks like we're in for multiple rounds of winter weather over the next couple of weeks. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Let's take a closer look at what's coming down the pike. First up, we've got a couple of key systems to keep an eye on. The first is a clipper system that's coming down from Canada. This system is going to make its way through the Great Lakes, and it will bring more snow showers, especially to places like the Midwest and the Northeast. If you're in areas like Michigan, Wisconsin, or upstate New York, you should be prepared for snow as we head into the weekend and early next week. This clipper system is expected to track across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast, bringing snow to those areas from Monday into Tuesday. These clipper systems tend to move pretty fast, so you're not going to get a lot of heavy snow, but they will bring quick bursts of snow, especially as they dive down into the mid-Atlantic. But that's not the only system we need to worry about. There's another area of disturbed weather forming over California, and this one is going to be a little more interesting. It's an upper level low. That's expected to bring some beneficial rainfall to Southern California, which is great news for areas that have been experiencing drought conditions. This system is going to move across the desert southwest, and while it's initially bringing rain, the real impact will be felt in the higher elevations. Places like Flagstaff in Arizona and Santa Fe in New Mexico are going to see significant snowfall as this system is going to slow down, allowing more time for the moisture to cool off and turn into snow. As the system moves eastward, we're going to see it transitioning from rain to snow, especially in those higher elevations, and even at lower elevations in places like New Mexico and West Texas. What makes this system especially interesting is that it's going to be a slow mover. And when you have a slow moving storm like this, it has the potential to overperform. It's going to take its time as it tracks across the desert southwest and into Texas. So as it lingers, we're likely to see more snow piling up, particularly in areas like the Texas Panhandle and New Mexico. This is going to be one of those systems where if you're in the right place at the right time, you could see a lot more snow than expected. We're talking several inches in areas that typically don't see a lot of winter weather. As this system tracks through, it's going to bring snow to places like Oklahoma, Kansas, and even Iowa as it moves northeastward. By the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday of next week, this system is going to intensify. You'll notice that the clipper system in the Northeast will also start to gain strength, and that's going to bring heavier snow to the Great Lakes and Northeast. So if you're in places like Chicago, Detroit, or Buffalo, expect to see snow that could be moderate to heavy at times. This will set the stage for the first big winter storm of February. As we move in the back half of the week, we'll see more energy from that upper level low in the desert southwest move eastward, creating a wide swath of rain and thunderstorms over Texas, which is pretty typical for these types of systems. But what's different this time is that some of that energy is going to transfer over into snow, especially in places like New Mexico and parts of Colorado, which could see some pretty heavy snow as the system continues to develop. And that's just the beginning of the storm train. After that first storm moves out, we're going to see another one right behind it. The second storm is going to follow a very similar path as the first one. It will develop the desert southwest, bringing moisture to areas like Arizona and New Mexico, and then move into Texas. But what's going to make this second storm even more intense is that it's going to be interacting with the snowpack laid down by the first system. That means this second system is going to have a colder, snowier environment to work with, and it could produce even more snow than the first one. Areas like the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma, and Kansas are going to see snow, and we could even see some heavier snow accumulations further north into Iowa, Wisconsin, and the Great Lakes. It's going to be a busy week or two for these areas, and this second storm could be more impactful than the first. As we move into February, we're looking at a period of time where we'll see multiple winter storms. These storms will continue to move eastward and bring snow to areas that are already in the midst of winter, but they're also going to dip further south than usual, bringing snow to areas like West Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. With each of these storms, we're going to see cold air pushing south from Alaska and the Arctic. So temperatures will stay colder for longer, and these systems are likely to bring heavy snowfalls in their wake. We're going to see snowpacks building up, and as these storms move across those snow-covered areas, the colder air will help to keep those storms snowier, with each system bringing more snow than the last. Looking ahead to the first few days of February, it's definitely going to be an active period. We've got more systems lined up, and they'll be moving through the Midwest and central U.S., bringing snow to places that haven't seen much action so far. Areas like Colorado, Wyoming, and the plains are going to get more snow. And as each storm moves east, it's going to bring colder air with it. So if you're in these regions, expect to see more snow and colder temperatures. The cold air from Alaska will continue to push south, which will keep things chilly for the rest of winter. And as we move into February 3rd and 4th, that's when the next round of storms is going to hit. With each storm, the snowpack continues to build. And as the storms move across those snow-covered areas, they're going to become even colder. It's a bit of a domino effect where each storm feeds off of the previous one. So we're looking at a continuous stream of snow and colder temperatures. This is shaping up to be a really active winter with multiple systems bringing snow to the U.S. from west to east, and we're not done yet. As we hit February 5th and 6th, there's a chance we could see another storm developing. And just like the previous ones, it's going to bring snow to places that are already experiencing winter weather. It's looking like we're going to be in for a very snowy, cold February. When it comes to precipitation, we can expect a lot of low pressure systems forming over the western Gulf or Texas. These systems will move northward with some curving eastward toward the mid-Atlantic. This will create a corridor of showers and thunderstorms across the southeast. There's still some uncertainty about snowfall in the north central and northeast U.S., but we'll be keeping a close eye on that. The northwest will also get an uptick in precipitation. Looking at the 8-to-14-day forecast, things get even more dramatic. It's not just a simple warm east, cold west pattern, but the trend is leaning that way. We'll see cold temperatures in the northwest and plains and warmer air pushing up the east. This will likely bring more storms with warm fronts moving in, but cold fronts underneath will create some interesting weather dynamics. In terms of precipitation, the storms will mainly rise up across the southeast and the central U.S., while the northwest will see its own storms. There's not much expected in the southwest. Looking at the past 20 days, we've seen a brutal cold snap across the central and eastern U.S. with temperatures 10 to 15 degrees below normal. That's a significant departure from what we usually see over such a long period. Now let's check out some model guidance, starting with the European model. Later today, snow showers will hit the northern Rockies, stretching from Colorado and Utah up through the northern plains and upper Midwest. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see snow extend into the Sierra Nevada and central Rockies, while the upper Midwest and Great Lakes will get some snow as well. By Sunday afternoon, thunderstorms will start developing across the southeast, including Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, with a storm system in Southern California, which should help with fire risks. Monday, January 27th, will be the first day of a big change. Warm air will start pushing eastward while the cold air backs off. Cold conditions will still stick around in the northern regions, but the warmth will begin to take over. By Tuesday, the warming trend will continue and the Midwest and East will warm up, though cooler temperatures will linger up north. By Wednesday, January 29th, a low pressure system near the Adirondack Mountains will bring snow to parts of the northeast, particularly New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Thunderstorms will be widespread in the southeast, including Texas, Louisiana, and the Carolinas. By Thursday, February 1st, a cold front will move through, bringing cooler temperatures to the east, but another storm will develop in Texas, bringing snow to New Mexico, the Texas Panhandle, and thunderstorms across the rest of Texas. As we move toward the weekend, temperatures will keep fluctuating as these low-pressure systems bring a mix of warm and cold air. By February 2nd, we could see more thunderstorms in the southeast and more snow in the Rockies and Plains. The first week of February looks to bring a big low-pressure system over the Great Lakes, which could bring heavy snow to the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. By the second week of February, the models show a colder west and warmer east. This could bring another cold period to the east, but it's still too far out to say for sure. The west will continue to see storms and snow, while the southeast could see more thunderstorms. We're in for an active couple weeks with fluctuating temperatures, snowstorms, and thunderstorms. The models suggest that we'll see more snow in the west, while the southeast will likely get more thunderstorms. With all the ups and downs in temperatures, it's going to be an interesting ride, so make sure to stay tuned. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.